What is going on? It is Kyle Henderson of Bama Football on YouTube. Can I get a roll tide inside the comment box for this amazing country that we have to celebrate, all right? Freedom is not free. And if you are a United States veteran or if you're currently serving this great country, please let us know inside the comment box so we can celebrate you by posting your username on the screen, all right? It's always Veterans Day here at Bama Football on YouTube, all right? Over the next, 45 minutes to an hour, we're going to have a good time. We're going to celebrate the country on its birthday. We're going to talk some recruiting. We're going to talk some fireworks. You're going to tell me what you have on the grill, and we're going to enjoy this thing called life, all right? So I appreciate you guys being here. I got the cowboy hat on, all right? If you want something like this, go to your local Walmart, and it's like $5. It's literally, it's cardboard, all right? It's literally made of cardboard. So had the workout this morning, feeling good, you know, here to celebrate life, here to celebrate the 4th. This is America. All right, and the recruiting pairs up so well with the fireworks that are going on, right? Man, all right, look, we got our first guy in here. So let's get Tony up on the board. Tony Hill, 18-year Army active duty. Hell yeah, we appreciate it. Thank you so much for your service. We understand that freedom was, that honestly, someone asked me the other day, they're like, what are you going to do for the 4th? I'm going to take time to celebrate the country. You know what? We are free. We're free. And, you know, you want to go out and complain about anything you want, you can do that. That is your right. So we're going to fly the flag outside the house. We're going to wear our patriotic hat. We are going to celebrate the things that we have. And also, we have so much going on with Alabama football to celebrate. So, damn, you want to practice gratitude? Let's do it. And we appreciate your service, Tony. Let me know if you are currently serving or if that you've served this great country. I'll put you up on the screen, give you a shout out as we roll through the show. And we really appreciate you guys for being here today. So we are on another commitment watch. I know we had a day of how about this graphic right here that I cooked up with the fireworks? Nolan Wilson, all right? 5 p.m. That's what the time is, all right? 5 p.m. Central Time. We'll keep you posted if things change. I don't know. I mean, remember the last time we had Darian Morgan, and he was going to announce at one time, and then he changed it, but we got through it, and we had fun, all right? So the time that I've heard is 5 p.m. Central Time. If it changes, I'll let you know, but be prepared to bring your barbecue, to bring your coleslaw, your potato salad. I love potato salad. I'm not gonna lie. I'm like, if you have potato salad, please invite me to your barbecue, okay? And I will take my cowboy hat and I will party with you and we will eat potato salad together. Who has the best? Does anyone here that's like a potato salad guru? Because hit me up. I'm coming to the barbecue. So today, 5 p.m., let me ask you guys as we warm up the show, what is your confidence level in terms of Nolan Wilson committing to Alabama? The scale of 1 to 10, as we always do. And we have to talk about something that I don't want to talk about after this Nolan Wilson message, all right? I'm feeling pretty optimistic. It sounds like Nolan Wilson, a high 4-star defensive lineman out of Mississippi, 6'4", 260 pounds, has been predicted once again to commit to Alabama. You look at our recruiting guys inside the comment box, Daniel Adams all over it, and of course Todd, right? Dan Caraway, those are our recruiting guys. And they have them high, 9, 10, right? So it's another, it should be another promising day. We had a little day of reprieve yesterday, got things in order, and now, and we picked up our offensive guys, and it kind of works out great because you have Nolan Wilson today, right at 5. So again, we'll be live probably 45 minutes before. And then tomorrow, Jira Edwards announces as well, all right? Hold on, we got another, we have to celebrate Kenny Grant, all right? Can everybody post a USA flag for Kenny Grant? He is a disabled veteran And my wife has 18 years of active duty now in the Army. We appreciate you. Thank you so much for your service. All right. Thank you so much. And whoa, Patriot Life starting out the show and with the super chat. All right, Patriot Life is feeling good. It looks like I have a neck brace on when I'm like kind of turning. You know what would have been cool if I would have had like a scarf, like a cowboy scarf, right? But Patriot Life, let's see what Patriot Life has to say. He says, happy Independence Day to everybody. Have a safe and always remember, roll damn Tide. That's right, man. We appreciate you. And thank you, Kenny. Thank you, Patriot Life, for serving this great country. And for all the Alabama football fans. You know, living in the South, you know, because I've explained my journey and I've lived all over. You know, I've had a blessed 41, and I've lived in, you know, Los Angeles. I've lived in DC, which was a really proud moment for me, living in DC and kind of rubbing elbows with, you know, some of the country's best, right? And worked on Capitol Hill. I've told you about that. But one thing that I've learned, these are a couple things that I've learned in the South. Let me talk about this real quick, because this is important, because it's part of the fabric of the South. And we, you know, obviously, I don't know, you know, how long I'll live here, and I don't know if this will be my final spot. I don't know. But the things that I could tell people about the South and about living in Alabama is, obviously, they love their college football, and the college football pageantry is huge. But the other thing is, you know, religion is so important, and the spiritual component. And I think being here, you know, it's helped me on my journey. I've been very open about that, you know. So Sunday, go to church, you know, day of rest. And also, you know, this is a very patriotic state. And I think it's, you know, the Southeast is very pride, and it's very proud, and it's pride that it has for this great country. So those are the things that I've learned, and it's been great, you know, because people here that have served, that love this country, they're here, and I'm here for it. So those are kind of three of the things that I've, you know, learned, along with other things. And Southern hospitality is another thing that is absolutely true. And then on top of that, you know, if you're old enough, these boys down here will make you a good old fashioned. All right, so bullet bourbon, okay, but it's only 10. So, but yeah, those are some of the things. So Jira Edwards tomorrow, and I know you guys want to talk about it. Nolan Wilson today, you know, at 5 p.m. That's what I have it. If things change, I'll come back. I'll adjust the show, but I will be live during that point in time. You know, at 5 p.m. for the commitment of Nolan Wilson, who would be one hell of an addition to this already loaded class of 2026. You know, currently, I feel that, you know, where Alabama goes in the recruiting rankings, I'll talk about Tank Jones in just a second. And as always, our good friends at Sonic in West Memphis, Arkansas, and Marion, Arkansas support this show. We appreciate them. Next time you're cruising through I-55 and I-40, you know, tip your hat to them and get yourself a, you know, a cherry vanilla Dr. Pepper. Tell them Kyle Henderson at Bama Football on YouTube sent you. Before I get to laughing at Auburn, let's see. I was going to talk about, you know, kind of the recruiting rankings. And currently, Alabama, yesterday, Oregon, I think, had a commitment, right? It was a 5-star. Monster guy. Did you see this? 6'7", 380 pounds, offensive lineman. So anyways, he commits. And Alabama moves down the rankings to number 8. So that's kind of where we're at for, and this is on 3. Daniel, where are we at for 24/7? I would imagine they're in the top 10, obviously, right? So look, you got Nolan Wilson, a 4-star, if he jumps on board. And then if you get Jira Edwards, I don't know if they get into the top 5, top 3, I would imagine, because Jira Edwards is a 5-star, which would mean that Alabama has 5 stars, you know, going into July, right? So we'll see what shakes out. And then, as you know, we were discussing earlier, this came out yesterday, and I don't think we have a decision date for Tank Jones. Do we have a decision date? Hey, Show 44, what's up, brother? Good to see you, man. Do we have a decision date for Tank Jones? Because yesterday, this is humongous news. Humongous. Tank Jones, and I like how Alabama's in center, announced that it's down to Oregon, Texas A&M, and Bama. Okay, so if you get Nolan Wilson, if you get Jaira Edwards, if you get, you're obviously maybe in the top 5, top 3, whatever it is. You get Tank Jones, you're number 1 in the recruiting class, period. I don't know where Tank Jones is going to go. A lot of people have been talking about A&M clearly. You talk about Oregon constantly, right? But man, look, savages want to play with savages. We know that 100%. And this class has so much momentum. Who knows what they're capable of? And look, clearly Alabama isn't broke. Clearly Alabama is going after in-state prospects. Clearly Kalen DeBoer and Courtney Morgan can recruit the Southeast. Clearly, the defense is where we want it to be, and Tank Jones would fit in so nicely. Could you imagine a class where we have, I kind of show it to manifest it. I think I have it right here. And I'll show this full screen. Cowboy hat will be back in just a second. But look at this on the far right. I mean, so on the far right, you could theoretically have Jordan Edmonds, 5-star, Xavier Griffin, 5-star, Xavier Crowell, 5-star, Sedarian Morgan, 5-star, Jaira Edwards, 5-star, Tank Jones, 5-star. I don't know. I mean, it may be, and this is the crazy thing, is maybe Nolan Wilson also commits and he gets elevated to a 5-star as well. That would mean that you rival Coach Saban's classes where he had 7 5-stars, which was 2017 and 2023. Let me read you some names from 2017. I appreciate it, Frank. Thank you. This hat, by the way, is at Walmart. Go to your local Walmart and look at the patriotic section, right? Najee Harris, Alex Leatherwood, Dylan Moses, Jerry Jeudy, LeBron Ray, Jedrick Wills. Look at that class. Oh, my God. And then the class of 2023, Keon Keeley, still here. Downs, not here. Proctor here. Desricks, not here. Where did Desricks go again? And Daniel Adams says that Alabama's 6th on the 247 rankings. I think they're number 8 on 3, 6 on 24/7. James Smith still here. Yanzi Pierre still here. Quay Rousseau still here. Where did Desricks go? I forget. Did he go to was it A&M? Anyways, this class is, shaking out to be absolutely phenomenal. And when you kind of look to the big board of where these guys are, committing and the guys that have come in as of late, damn, look at this. This has been absolutely splendid. And I don't have J.J. Finch on here, but J.J. Finch committed a couple days before Xavier Crowell. Maybe I should add him as well, because maybe that's a guy that broke the levee. And what I mean by that was there was all these recruits that were going to commit, and here they are, day by day. Kevin is asking what time for the commitment. If you guys could, somewhat moderate or inform people that today at 5 p.m. is the announcement for Nolan Wilson. So go out, get your stuff ready, barbecue, get your grill ready, get all set up. And then I probably go live at like 4:15, come back with it, preview the decision. We'll look at his highlight film. How would he fit into this defense? And then 5 p.m., we'll see how it goes. But as I was saying earlier, with the commitments that you've had coming in, it's been remarkable to see this class being put together, and they're not done yet, right? Nolan Wilson would be fantastic. Jaira Edwards would be great. It was either between him or Jet Washington, right? And I don't think you go wrong with either one. Taden Kahawa, the quarterback, I think, do we have a commitment from him as well? A commitment date. I think it's somewhere in July. Let's see what BJ has to say. This looks interesting real quick. BJ has this to say inside the comment box. Kyle, it's 300,000 seniors that play, and there's only 35 5-stars. My goodness. That's crazy. Look at that. That's a hell of a number. And what's also crazy, BJ, is up at the top of Xavier Crowell. He's only supposed to be a junior this coming season. He reclassified, right? Man, so that's how we're rolling over here with the Crimson Tide. So that's kind of where we are from a what's next perspective. Is Nolan Wilson today at 5 p.m. And then Jaira Edwards, the 5-star safety, will be announcing tomorrow on Saturday at 4 p.m. So we'll be here. If times adjust, if things change, we'll adapt to it. If I have to ad lib for another hour like we did for Sedarian Morgan, that was fun. I didn't care. It was fun. All right. So I do have to say, last night, and I'll continue to move the show. Actually, what I was going to do at the back end of the show, okay? We're going to do I think we'll do the pinwheel today. We'll see where we're at. So if you still want to get into today's raffle, we still have spots available. $10 to enter, up to 3 opportunities. Venmo, Bama _YouTube, Cash App, Bama YouTube, a jersey. You win the jersey. These are from Athlete's Thread. The retail price is $119. You let me know which jersey that you want. If they have that at Athlete's Thread, that's the jersey that we'll send you, okay? So that's from Athlete's Thread. If you just want the jerseys, go to Athlete's Thread. I'm not sponsored by them. You guys have a right to know where to get that stuff. The officially licensed merchandise, and a way to support the players is through Athlete's Thread. I also use Team Fanatics. That's another place. Beth asked a very important question. Tank Jones, we do not know a time for Tank Jones at this point in time. I think there's some people out there have said July. Some people have said August before the football season starts for high school. But I don't think that we have a definitive date in terms of, when he's announcing. Let me do some shout outs real quick. And then I want you to think about this, okay? I want you to fire up in a little while the call-in line. It's been a minute since we've had calls. I'll have to swap the cowboy hat because I'll have to wear my headset. But let's do a call-in show, all right? And the number when you call in is 205-850-1994. But let me give some shout-outs real quick, and then we'll fire it up, and then I'll take some calls. Someone just mentioned this inside the comment box, so I have to own up to it, okay? And this was last night. So look, I go to bed super early. If you guys know me, you know I go to bed at like 9. All right. If news happens after 9, I missed it because I'm asleep. Okay. But I got home and I was feeling kind of fancy, so I turned on NCAA football, because I'm getting ready to play the new one. So every once in a while I stream it. I'm not a professional streamer, but I can play a little bit. So I get on last night and I played Notre Dame. I had made it to the national championship, and if you're following this saga, I lost against Oregon my first year, and then I missed the playoffs my second year, and then I made it again, and I ended up making the championship game. So I set it up last night, and I get off to a dominating start, okay, against Notre Dame. So much so that I'm even talking some trash in the third quarter. Well, Notre Dame came out, and they had this miraculous reception where it bounced off. Do you remember this? They caught a pass. I mismanaged the back end of the game, and I lost. All right, I lost 29-28. It was gut-wrenching. I couldn't go to sleep. I've thought about it today. I love to win at I'm so competitive. Oh my God, it's a problem because I play to win, and man, I was sick. I was so sick from losing that game last night, and that's how it goes, But you gotta win. You gotta win the natty, period. And that was a tough one. But the crazy thing was, as Jarvis points out, at the end of the game is the weirdest shit. The game ended, and it said 29-29. He was remember that? That was crazy. And I know Ron points out, if I should have kicked this stupid field goal, and I chose not to. I don't know why. I was nervous. I'm accountable. It was, it was me, man. So I've lost 2 natties, so took it on the chin. Anyways, we move through and we push on forward, and let's take some calls right here on Bama Football on YouTube. I'm gonna switch the hat, okay, and let's see what we got right here. I'm gonna switch the hat. You guys call in. Please keep in mind that when you call in, Roy, what's up, man? Appreciate you for joining the show. When you call in, know that people are behind you as well. And I think I missed a super chat. Let me give that to real quick. From King's Family. King's Family React, man. I met King's Family at the A-Day practice or whatever that was. And good people, man. Met him and his son. Really good moment. We took a selfie together. It's good to see you, bro. Okay, so let's man, that stupid game last night. Ugh, I was sick. All right, let me fire up the call-in line and give some shout-outs, and away we go. So the call-in line is open right now. You see it on the screen. And it's pretty much anything that you want to talk about, right? I'll be here for, as long as we can take some calls. 205-850-1994. Please keep in mind that people are behind you, probably. So, let's get to the point, have some dialogue. Pretty much anything. You want to talk recruiting, you want to talk Tai Simpson, you want to talk Keelan Russell, you want to talk life, you want to talk about barbecue. We can do just that. I got to take the cowboy hat off, all right? Okay, so we got the cowboy hat off. You see the hair. I know, I worked out today. We'll swap on our flat bill. We'll throw this on. We'll make sure that this is nice. Okay. All right. Here we go. All right. So, whenever you guys are ready. And we got a 334 to lead off. All right. Stay patient 1 second, 334. Let me just give a couple shout outs. All right. King Family React says Happy Freedom Day. Twan from Naples up in here. Daniel Adams always here. Chris G, good to see you. Max Tooney, BJ C, Young C, Deer Hunter 117, 175. King Grizz, what's up? Todd Tipton, Patriot Life with the Super. Army 3275, good to see you, brother. Herman, Kevin T, Trevor. We got Dirty South up in here. We got Dan Caraway, of course. JG. Todd, Anna, what's up? Anna, thank you so much for being here. Big Matt, what's up, bro? Good to see you, man. If you ever want to hype up somebody, you like one of your boys, you say like, there he is. Where's he been? Let's see. Alex, of course, man. Alex, I love your support, bro. Thank you so much, man. Jeffrey, Elliot, Ron Self, good to see you, bro. I hope you guys are just having a really good day. Kyle, recognize Kyle. That's what's up. LOL Squad, what's up? Jarvis, my boy. Mr. Squeeze. Bobby, what's up, dog? Derek Say, good to see you, man. Derek Say's up in Tuscaloosa, Alabama. Miss Careless, good to see you. And everybody else, Dirty South, man, good to see you. Good. All right, 334 is coming up next. Let's see what we got right here. We'll do it right now. All right, happy 4th of July. You're on the line with Kyle Henderson. Who I'm on line with, and where are you calling in from?
Hunter from Alabama.
Hunter, dude, what's up, bro? It's been too long, dude.
Yeah, man, it's been a minute.
You doing okay? How's your family?
Good, man. Good,
yeah,
man. Just working, just the normal stuff.
Right. That you know what? The normal stuff that's a blessed life. Let me ask you real quick. What you doing something on the grill today? Are you the grill master? Or like what's going on?
No, I don't know exactly what we're doing yet.
Okay.
My sister's on her honeymoon with her husband, and so the kind of family's kind of spread out today. So I don't know exactly what I'll be getting into today.
Okay, so, that's all good.
Just kind of chilling.
Okay, man. All right. Well, welcome to the show as always, man, and come with it, man.
Yeah, man. I just want to say, ha ha, to all the people out there that say that Kellen DeBoer can recruit the South.
Mm.
I heard that so much when he was hired.
Yeah.
Oh, he can't be able to recruit the South. He's got no connections to the South. And I'm like, yeah, but then all the assistants do have ties to the South, and they do know how to recruit the South.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, his first recruiting class, he kind of went heavy into California kids because I'm sure he probably already had connections with those kids. But this is truly mind-blowing to see what he's done over the last 10, 12 days.
Yeah, I had to be open too. I think when we first were talking about Coach Kalen DeBoer and the new staff, some of the things that we were questioning was how would Coach Kalen DeBoer recruit the Southeast, right? And man, you look at this simple fact. I mean, these are facts that I'm about to say. Is the fact that he has 2 5-stars from Alabama, 2 5-stars from Georgia. He has 2 commitments from the state of Florida. He has other prospects committed from the state of Alabama. And, I think while they do have a Cali connection because of where they're, that's, stomping ground area, they've done a great job in the Southeast. And plus, Alabama sells itself along with, the way that they run their organization. So there's been no slip up. It's been impressive to me. Courtney Morgan, I always talk about him, but I also want to highlight like other coaches, like you said, like Jamarcus Shepard, Mo Lindquist, Kane Womack, like, Christian Robinson. A lot of those guys do have ties to the Southeast, and they've been doing a damn good job. What else you got, man?
Yeah, exactly. When he got hired, I thought the biggest retention that he would have to have on this staff was Freddie Roach and Coach Gillespie. I thought those two connections for recruiting were going to be really big. And then, just bringing in Kane Womack, who, coached at South Alabama. So, they're not recruiting the caliber of kids that, Alabama and the Georgias are, but he still knows the names and he still has connections with, other high school coaches around the state.
Mm-hmm.
And so I just thought that, the first year, I kind of understood where it was coming from, but I thought when he was able to get his foot down, and you've seen, like, he came, like, about a month after he got hired, him and some other coaches started going to a bunch of high schools down here in Alabama and in Georgia. And so I felt like this year would be a lot better for in-state recruiting and, just recruiting the South in general. But, I mean, you got to get kids regardless. You got to get kids throughout the whole country.
Yeah, and another thing that I think I want to capitalize on, like when he started kind of, and we're talking about Coach Kalen DeBoer kind of recruiting the Southeast and recruiting with Hunter, who's calling, and I think like one of the things that stood out to me with this first recruiting cycle, the first prospect that he visited from the state of Alabama. Do you remember who it was, Hunter? The very first prospect from the state of Alabama.
Was it Xavier Griffin?
It was Tank Jones. He went he went down to Mobile, Alabama, and that was the very first guy that they saw. And I think they took like most of the staff, if not all the staff, down there immediately. So that kind of shows you, look, they understand the guys that are here. They understand that they're working the state. So I think it's going to be. I'm so interested to see, what shakes down for specifically Tank Jones, because you're going against Oregon, you're going against Texas A&M. If Alabama is able to outduel A&M and Oregon, because they've recently done the same thing against Texas. Look, Xavier Griffin and Xavier Crowell, those guys were offered in the final minutes, according to sources, by Texas, and Alabama was still able to get those guys in. Who knows what Cedarian Morgan was getting as well. But I'm going to run to my next caller, bro. But I appreciate the recruiting dialogue, man, and you have a safe 4th of July, and we'll catch up with you soon.
All right, man. Thank you.
All right, man. Take it easy. All right, call-in line is open. You see it on the screen, 205-850-1994. 5 p.m. is the time for Nolan Wilson. We'll be live probably, 30 minutes, 45 minutes before that. So we'll keep you posted. But if you want to call in, talk about anything really under the sun, open book. Hit me up, 205-850. If you want to call in and give me a hard time about that loss last night, that wouldn't be my favorite topic, but I'm accountable for it. A lot of it, man, I keep thinking about kind of some things that I should have just stuck to my game. I felt like I was kind of getting fancy a little bit because I like to play time possession. And I kind of got out of that, but that's how it goes. So, we rock with it. 601, you're up next. Let's do it. Hey, happy 4th of July. You're on the line with Kyle Henderson. Who am I line with, and where are you calling in from?
All right, I'm calling in from Wiggins, Mississippi.
Wiggins, Mississippi. And what's your name, man?
Johnny.
Johnny from Wiggins, man.
Yes,
what's
sir.
up? Welcome on in, bro.
Yes, sir. I'm doing good. How are you doing today?
Good, man. Come with it, bro. What you got?
I just want to say, I think I've been seeing I've been reading on the Roll Tide subreddit about a lot of people trying to be doubting my man Tai Simpson. But man, Ty's been in the system 3 years, 4 years now, man. Yeah. He knows what's going on.
Uh-huh.
And I think everybody should have some faith in Tai Simpson. I mean, he stayed loyal to us. I think he's going to be our guy this year.
Yeah, I had a video. I was talking about this yesterday, and I think I should cut it and upload it. And it was kind of just talking about the support and get behind somebody like Tai Simpson. And I don't know why this always happens to me, Johnny, but if I'm talking for Tai Simpson, people get mad and they're like, oh man, you only want this guy to start for like this particular reason. I want the best player to start regardless of the position. The best player is who we've been told by at this point in time, and the player that would start is Ryan Grubb and Kalen DeBoer, right? So if those guys whose jobs are on the line, those guys are making millions of dollars, they got to put the best guy in for the job. And if that's the best guy, then look, Tai is a very easy guy to root for, just like the other quarterbacks. And what I want for Alabama fans, my hope is that rooting for Tai doesn't create division. Like let me ask you this, Johnny. Just because you want Tai to do well and flourish, that means you don't like Keelan Russell? That's not true, right? Like I know that's the thing, man. It's like support the guys that are slated to be the starters, you know. But it's like, you know, if you go for Tai, people get upset. They're like, oh, you don't like this guy for this and that. It's not true, man. You want the best position, you know, period. And I think you bring up a good point. Look, Tai has been here. He's worked the program. He's worked the system. I love the fact that his dad is a coach because he understands the long game. And besides that, he has athleticism. You know, and I think with the weapons that he has, man, who knows? I think kind of sky's the limit for him and really the offense under Ryan Grubb. So you have a lot of really good timing's a lot about life, and Ty's walking in at a very good time to be the starter here at Alabama. What else you got, Johnny?
Oh, that'll be it. I gotta run. I gotta go shoot some fireworks with my baby mama.
Hell yeah, dude. That sounds good, man.
That was all
okay, man. Yes, shoot some shotgun shells or something like that. All right, man. Take it easy. See ya. Sir. All right, Johnny calling in from Wiggins, Mississippi. I didn't even know where is Wiggins, Mississippi. We need a map. I need to see where Wiggins, Mississippi is. All right, we got an 870 coming up. All right, I need to see this. Wiggins, Mississippi. I'm bringing it up on the map. Maybe we could just put the map up as the callers call in, right? Is that cool? And we'll like zoom out. All right, Wiggins, Mississippi. Where? So I'm trying to find out. Where is Wiggins? Man, Wiggins is way out there. All right. Yeah, it's south of Hattiesburg. All right, I was just curious. All right, 870. Let's do it. Hey, you're on the line with Kyle Henderson. Who am I on the line with, and where are you calling in from?
What up, Kyle? This is Dan Caraway.
Dan Caraway. All right, Dan. I mean, don't give us your specific GPS coordinates, but where are you calling in from, Dan?
Outside Memphis.
Okay, outside. All right. Yeah, be careful when you call in. Don't give us the coordinates of where you're at, but tell us where you're at. All right, Dan's a longtime listener, follower, and we're on with Dan calling from Memphis.
Yeah. All right. So first off, I had to say you should have kicked that field goal last night.
Okay, man. I've been thinking. And you know what? Because I was hitting some deep field goals, like 40 yards. Like I don't know how, because one of the angles that I hit looked way right, but it still went in. I don't know. But yeah, I've been thinking.
You got to hit up those flats more often.
Man, I wasn't going to flats. I do a lot of crossing routes, but yeah, I have been thinking about that field goal, 100%.
But real deal, I was really gonna ask you. I don't know, who's your favorite room with this upcoming team? Like with me, I can't choose between like the safeties, the corners, or say like the receivers. You know what I'm saying? Like I don't know.
Yeah, I think when I think about like position groups, like my favorite room, I mean, it's easy to talk about the corners because of the guys that you have come back. I think the wide receivers is pretty easy to come back, and easy to talk about. But you know what? I'm gonna say this, okay? I'm going to highlight two positions for two groups, one on offense and one on defense, that I think are pretty underrated. And I think I'm going to start with the inside linebackers. The inside linebackers of this team don't get talked about enough, in my opinion. And one particular player that should be on everybody's radar is Deontay Lawson. Deontay Lawson would have been a first-round pick in this last draft if he wasn't injured, right? So you add on this experience of Deontay Lawson, you have Nakai Hill-Green, and then you have Justin Jefferson who's coming back as well. That's a lot of experience on the defensive side at the inside linebacker position. I think those guys will have a really good year kind of rotating in and out, and I think Deontay Lawson will be like the alpha of the defense. And then on the offensive side, another room that I feel because we're so excited about the receivers and about scoring points and about, going deep downfield. But the running backs, I mean, the running back room is crazy. It is so talented. Jam Miller, nobody talk. No, it's crazy that people don't talk about Jam Miller and people don't talk about Deontay Lawson. Do they? They don't. They don't. But those are going to be two of the players that, are a core nucleus of this team. You have Richard Young, who's an absolute monster. You have Daniel Hill. What is Daniel Hill, like 250 pounds right now?
It's huge.
You see what I'm saying? You have A.K. Deere. You have Kevin Riley. Draylon Washington, who should be kind of a spicy addition, the transfer in. So, inside linebacker, running back room, easy to get excited about going into this season, I think. But I will say this. If you were to ask me, is there a position you're kind of, concerned about? Then 100% I'm going to the special teams. And that's just the truth. I don't know about the kicker. I don't know about the punter. I don't know about the long snapper. If you don't, and I'm not saying this is true, you never hear about the special teams. But if you don't have that tightened up, you're not winning a title game, period.
Yes. Oh, yeah.
No,
I remember all those years that we went with terrible place kickers and this, that, and the other. I mean, it can get ugly.
Yeah, no doubt, man. Well, I appreciate you, Dan, for calling in, man. Thanks for all your support, bro. Good to see you always in the comment box. And thanks for calling in, man. Appreciate it, man. Happy 4th of July to you.
All right, no problem.
All right, take it easy.
All right, roll tide.
Yeah, roll tide to you. All right, 813, let's do it right now. Hey, 813, what's up? Happy 4th of July. Who am I on line with and where are you calling in from?
Happy 4th of July, Kyle. It's Case from Tampa.
I knew it'd be Case. You know what? I've kind of lost my game on the area codes because I haven't been having like call-in shows. So I gotta because at times I do have a photographic memory. But I was like 813. Is it 81? So, anyways, bro. Hey, good win.
You'll get it back.
Yeah, I'll get it back.
When we do more call-in shows during the season.
Yeah, no doubt, man. But what's up, Casey? First of all, and I haven't been asking people what's on the grill or like, what are you guys doing in Florida today? Are you guys like grilling like alligator or what's going on?
The bad thing about Florida right now is we've got at least in the Tampa area we got a lot of rain coming in. So we're hoping by maybe 7 o'clock the rain is gonna blow away. But it's been a light rain all day. But we got some ribeyes that we're gonna put on the grill.
Oh man,
some sausage and a whole bunch of we got a whole slew of food. But
are people
I just want to let everybody know. Oh, sorry.
No, that sounded more interesting. What are you gonna say? Let everybody know what's up.
Hey, I just want to let everybody know, just don't be shooting fireworks out of your hand. Be safe. If you're in an area that's dry, be careful. Don't start any fires. Just be careful and be safe. A lot of people on the road, just getting everybody their wishes to be careful during the holiday. So I just wanted to say that.
Well, I have a question. Yeah, no, co-sign on that. Yeah, I mean, keep all these your fingers. You can't regrow a finger, right? Or a hand, right?
No, you can't.
But are people grilling? Does this happen? Are people grilling like alligator? Like, can you get alligator? Are people throwing that on the grill? Like, who's eating alligator out there? Is anyone inside the comment box? But besides the Pollywog cabin I follow on Instagram.
Alligator is a novelty.
Is it?
It's a novelty.
Okay.
You can definitely eat it, and there are people that do. I mean, I think it's more. It's not a common thing. It is to a degree, but it's like a lot of people that talk about eating it. It's like you come to Florida for the first time and you want to get it, and you're not going to be eating the arms and stuff. But usually it's the tail. The tail is the best part of it. It really is just chicken. It just tastes like chicken.
No. Yeah, I've had it. Name a place where that has it, like a chain place. And I've gone in and had it wherever. But I've never gone to Uncle John's and had gator before. I know somebody's out there doing that. So, anyways,
there are people. Somebody actually got this is a real story. Someone at my local gas station got arrested for carrying an alligator inside. So that is a local Florida man.
Yeah, local Florida man. And then there's this is real too. There's a new prison that's opening. It's going to be guarded by gators, right? Is that real?
Yeah, they want to build a prison that would host like 5,000 people, and they want to build it towards the Everglades in the swamp, and it would just be surrounded by miles of swamp and alligators. So
oh man,
I wouldn't want to try to break out of that one.
Man, that's crazy.
But
well,
every Floridian will tell you, alligators are actually chill, and they don't mess with you unless you mess with them. Every Floridian will tell you that.
Yeah. Well, I saw that. So before I let you go, Case, I saw something on X, Twitter, whatever you want to call it, and they were pulling out this gigantic alligator out of the swamp, right? And he was gigantic. I swear to, I'm telling you, he was like 15 feet or something like that. It was gigantic. And they were saying, and with the first pick of the alligator Alcatraz draft, this is him. I was like, oh my God.
That's your man.
That's your first round pick.
Let me touch on one Alabama football related thing before I go. And I think we've all hammered this, but I love bringing up the stats, and I'm a stat guy. And I think like you've touched on, everybody's touched on it, but with Ryan Grubb coming in, this is because I want to piggyback off the last call about the underrated thing. And I want to say the most underrated, without saying, defense, obviously we know a lot of people are coming back. The wide receivers are obviously stacked. For me, it's the running back room. We have 8 running backs right now. I mean, and the marquee guys, we have, Jam Miller. Yeah. We've got Kevin Riley, Richard Young. We've the big guys you think of, Daniel Hill. But with Ryan Grubb coming in, he had what was his name? I can't think of it. Dylan Johnson. He had over 1,000 yards rushing in that 2023 season. And last season, we all know our lead rusher was Jalen Milroe.
Yeah.
And Jam was behind him by over 100 yards. And he only had 7 touchdowns. Jalen Milroe had 20 rushing touchdowns. So and it's not a knock on Milroe. Love him, still do. Hope he does great with the Seahawks. But I think that, like I said, we've all hit this a million times. I think Ty's going to fit the system better. I think the running backs are extremely underrated. I think with the offensive line that we're going to have, I'm hoping that everybody fits their role the way they need to do. And I hope we get back to the run game. That's what I think. That, in my opinion, is the most underrated thing in our class right now. And I'm really excited to see what we're going to do back and get back to toting the rock the way Alabama used to.
No doubt, man. I appreciate it. Good call, man. That's what I should have done last night to win that game. All right, Kay, so I appreciate you calling in, brother, and we'll catch up with you next time, man.
Appreciate it.
All right, man. Take it easy, man. Thanks for the support, too, man. I appreciate it. All right, see ya.
Of course.
Kay's calling in from rainy Tampa. So you know what? Somebody said, so I had alligator. This is where I've had alligator. I knew I had it at Papados. They had a Papados in Albuquerque, New Mexico. So I had alligator in a landlocked state, still standing. But I went, and that's the only place that I think that I've had alligator. So yeah, I was wondering about that. But yeah, you know what? Does Papados still exist? Where's a Papados at? You know what? Papados was good. Robert Underwood, what's up, man? We're glad you're here. Appreciate it. I don't know. Does Papados exist? I don't think there's one in Birmingham. I don't know. All right, 256. Let's take it. Hey, good morning and happy 4th of July. You're on the line with Kyle Henderson. Who am I on the line with, and where are you calling from?
What's up with you, Kyle? This is Jay from Florence.
Jay, what's up, man? I appreciate you calling in from Florence, man.
Yes, sir. Chillin', man. Happy 4th of July, y'all.
No doubt, man. What are you guys throwing on the grill or eating up in Florence?
Everything. we got a little bit of everything. Mama in there getting the seasoning and got the grill fired up now. And we finna put everything you can imagine on here.
That's good, man. I love to hear it, man. That's good living right there. So what you got, man? What's been on your mind? It's been too long.
Man, I know, right? I be trying to catch the live shows, man. I be working and oh no, man. I miss you, Cal, man. Y'all still doing your thing. I try to watch every show. At least go and watch the replays and stuff. I always hit the like button, guys. No reason why we should have 1,000 people watching and only 200 likes.
Thank you. Thank you.
Cal. You know, I gotta get on the fans.
Look at this new feature I got. So when you call in, I just typed in Florence in Alabama, and there's like a slideshow going on. So it kind of showcases the city. I love it. All right. So man, Jay, I missed you too, bro. So what's on your mind, man? Alabama football related.
Man, the run game. Y'all hit it right on the head, man. And the best way we all know the best way to bring along a new quarterback. I don't care who's the quarterback. All of them guys is new. Man, you got to run the ball and have a sure-handed tight end, man.
Mm-hmm.
That's just Alabama football, and it's demoralizing when you run that ball across the goal line on somebody, like we should have did in the Tennessee game instead of throw a fade route. You know what I'm saying? Like that's Alabama football. So you know, I want to see 2,000-yard rushes. I mean, I'm a big fan of this the transfer runner, Jalen Walker.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think he's gonna have a big year. He reminds me a little bit of a faster Mark Ingram, but I ain't saying that he's gonna like win the Heisman. I'm just saying his play style. He's the bowling ball type.
Yeah, no. Are you then you must be excited about Xavier Crowell, right?
Oh yeah, he's gonna be a monster. That young man's gonna be a monster, and him and Ryan Williams, they ain't even done growing yet, and y'all already skipping a grade and coming on to college, man. That's amazing work, man. So he gonna be in college at 17 like Ryan. So
I know.
And playing the running back position, man, that's it's gonna be hard, Cal. I don't want to see him like get hurt or nothing, but man, he gonna have to definitely put some muscle on, like some good thick grown man muscle.
Yeah, that's wild. Remember the day where you used to graduate in like May, June? That doesn't exist anymore. You don't even finish your senior year. You just advance, and that's it. That another player like Sedarian Morgan out of Alexander City, I think he could play this year, right?
Yeah, that's grown man muscle.
Yeah.
See, that's 220, 210. That's a man out there on the 6'4".
Yeah.
Like I feel like everybody else here, day one. Well, I ain't gonna say day one starter, but he definitely gonna have an impact.
Yeah. All right, man. Well,
roll tide, man. I love y'all. Roll tide, and man, please be safe with them fingers and fireworks tonight, y'all.
Thank you.
All
All right, man. Take it easy, Jay. All right, that was Jay calling from Florence. We'll do 702 coming up next. Hey, happy 4th of July. You're on the line with Kyle Henderson. Where are you calling in from, and who am I on the line with?
It's BJ from Vegas, Kyle.
Ooh, BJ. What's up, BJ? How you doing, man? You know, look, I was just on the line. I was on the phone yesterday with my uncle from Henderson. And I was telling him, isn't there I don't know if it was me or you that were talking on the phone the last time, but there's like a Alabama bar or like something like that where people go in Vegas.
Yes. It's on the corner of Decatur and Flamingo.
Decatur and Flamingo. Do you know what it's called?
Give me a second and I'll get the information for you and I'll just send it through.
Okay, cool.
But I'm just calling in to tell all the veterans Happy Veterans Day.
Yes.
But also, Kyle, your season that you're going through, man, it's been on my mind. I'm praying for you.
Yeah.
And like any season, the next season, everything blooms. So everything will bloom for you, brother.
Yeah, thank you, man. I appreciate that. Thank you. That means a lot to me, you know. And I think, you know, kind of I feel like, you know, my 30s, they were so prosperous. You know what I'm saying? Like I had some really good runs in my 30s and I've been kind of starting out in the 40s. It's kind of been a little bit bumpy, but that's okay because it's life. And I think now I think if kind of, some of those things would have happened in my 30s, I probably wouldn't be able to kind of embrace those challenges. But I think now that I have a little bit more life wisdom, you're able to navigate it because you understand that this is life. Everybody's going through different things. So no, it's all good, man.
Yeah.
We got a lot of positives. We focus on the things, the blessings that we have and the small opportunities that we have. And, no, it's all good, man. So I appreciate that. Anything else, like kind of from the football perspective, that's standing out? You have like you think like any one of these? Because did Jeremy Bernard, did he go to Bishop Gorman?
Jeremy Bernard, yeah, he did go to Bishop Gorman.
And so did Derek Meadows, right? So you got two guys from Gorman on, and then is Jet Washington at Gorman too?
Yes, Kobe
Yeah.
Bryant's nephew.
Yeah, Oregon. Yep, man, that's crazy.
But just got this for you, man. Roll Tide. Have a blessed one.
Roll Tide, brother. Take it easy, man. All right, that was BJ calling out in Vegas. All right, we got 865 coming up. Hey, you're on the line. Who am I on the line with, and where are you calling in from?
So, Kyle, it's Angel, Pigeon Forge again.
Pigeon Forge. Angel, what's up, dog? Good to see you, man. I appreciate you being here. Thank you so much for joining the show, dude. What's up, man? How you been?
Yeah, doing all right. Been doing good, man. Waiting for this season to start back up again. Alabama football, it's like an addiction.
Alabama
football in your life.
Are they gonna let you call in to the show with Coach Kalen DeBoer?
Hopefully, I hope so, because Chris Stewart last year, like, he did me dirty, man. Like, I don't know. After they lost to Vanderbilt. And I knew that's when they were going to screen calls. I'm like, they couldn't handle the heat, man. Like, he was screening calls left and right. He screened my call. He's like, I don't know. Like, the disrespect there was real, though, with him. But Kevin DeBoer was nice on the last one. It was the week before Vanderbilt I called in.
I think
I did that.
I think you should call in and I think it'll be good, man. I think it was a turbulent time for a lot of different people last year because it was year one. Year one was wild for everybody, but like you said, Coach Kalen DeBoer never really freaked out. He stayed very calm, and here we stand with a recruiting class that could be number one at the top end. I don't know. So. But anyways, man, welcome on the show. I got Pigeon Forge in the background. I've been there. This place is beautiful.
Yeah,
so,
it's busy. Busy right now.
Is it? This is because this is your season, right? So the tourists, like,
yeah.
And how far are you from Gatlinburg? Like 20 minutes?
Yeah, 25. Yeah, 20 to 25 minutes, depending on traffic.
And is Dollywood cool? Is that like a fun place to go?
Yeah, it's pretty busy.
Yeah,
there's a lot of new stuff coming in, people coming in.
I see this.
It's a fun place.
I see all this Smoky Mountain zip lines. Is that new? Is that a new attraction?
No, it's been there for a while now. Actually,
yeah,
we've been kind of busy. Yeah, we got a lot of stuff to do here.
Yeah, you do, man. But what else you got, man? From a football perspective, man, what's been on your mind, bro?
Well, I think Tai Simpson is going to be the guy this year because, like, he answered all the right questions that they were asked of him. Because I feel like this year he's going to do like a Jake Coker, Mac Jones type season to lead the team. Because Tai Simpson, he could have left last year. He could have left, but he didn't, and I really do commend him for that because he's one of the last players of this last era that didn't whine or complain, and waited his turn, and then and won a championship. Like Mac Jones, like he waited his time, but these kids now they don't understand that, and they just want the bag, and they want to go to a place to get play now, but like that's not going to work all the time because these kids are entitled. And like what that one kid from Boston College, now Florida State, I can't wait to see Alabama kicks him in in the rear because these kids don't understand. Like if you talk trash like that, something's gonna happen on the field, and that's why you don't speak before the game is over because these kids, like Diego Pavia too, like he's entitled. That's why I like about these kids nowadays, because they're just, punks, and they need to be taught a lesson. And that's how I feel about these kids now. Like, the last Saban kids era, they didn't say nothing. They just kept their mouth shut and play ball.
Yeah.
That's all they did. But now, these kids don't understand that. That's what I have a problem with this new era.
Mm.
And I'm nervous about this season because these kids, they don't understand to work hard anymore. And that's the sad thing.
Yeah.
And that's a tough little swallow, but it's the truth.
Yeah.
But anyway, Kyle, happy 4th of July, man. It's good talking to you. I know you got more people behind me, so roll tide to you. I will talk to you guys later during the season. I appreciate it. Roll tide.
All right, roll tide to you, brother.
And
Take it. Yeah.
One game at a time.
One game at a time.
One game at a time.
All right, man. Take it easy, brother.
All right, roll
All
tide,
right.
man.
Yeah, no doubt. Isn't this yeah, take it easy, Angel. Isn't this don't you guys like this feature with the city? Look, I should be look, this our sponsorship goal should be the tourism places, right? Like, why can't we? That was a perfect ad for Pigeon Forge. Let's see what it has for Tuscaloosa. Okay, I'm just curious to see the photos. Oh, that's Moundville. Yeah, who's been to Moundville? Oh, that's a natural history museum. I've been there. That's, I guess, Lake Nickel or Lake Tuscaloosa, I guess. That's downtown. That's the campus. That's the Bear Bryant Museum. Lake Lurleen? Yes. Government Plaza, yep. And the campus. Okay. Yeah. Some of the photos are a little bit outdated. It's more, we need to get some new photos in here. But yeah, it's that's T-Town. That's why I'm in. I've been here for 9 years. All right, this is crazy. All right, coming up next, we're going to do the pinwheel. All right, so don't go anywhere. Pinwheel up next, and then today we have a big commitment coming in with Nolan Wilson. Hopefully he rolls tide. That is today at what time is it? 5 p.m. So 5 p.m. Central Time. Get the music going again. I'll be back in 2 seconds. Don't go anywhere. Pinwheel coming up next for a Bama jersey from Athlete's Thread. We're raffling that today. Be right back here on Bama Football on YouTube. Don't go anywhere. Take me like 2 minutes. Have you planned your vacation to Tuscaloosa, Alabama? Contact the Visitors and Convention. I'm stupid. I'm seeing somebody about this humor. It's just, I can't. Sonic is the proud sponsor of Bama Football on YouTube, with flavors from cherry vanilla Dr. Pepper to a cherry limeade to a cheese coney. Stop at your local Sonic. Tell them, roll tide. All right, okay, stop. We will be back in 10 seconds with the pinwheel. An important announcement. Auburn has been relegated to Division II football. Family, what's up? Appreciate you guys being here. Kyle Henderson, Bama Football on YouTube. This is the Bama Pinwheel where we do raffles. All right, appreciate you guys for being here. Today we are doing a raffle for a Bama football jersey. Bama hater, I see you inside the comment box, dog, but like my vibe is too strong, dude. You ever heard like Kendrick Lamar's song, Don't Kill My Vibe? I refuse to go into like that negative space today, especially on the 4th of July. All right, so we're going to spin the pinwheel. I appreciate you guys being here. Thank you so much for rocking with me every single day right here on Bama Football on YouTube. You guys ready? This is a loaded group. We got a loaded crew up in here for this. Make sure to email me to nmpreps@gmail.com. All right, I'll get it out to you. Here we go. You guys ready? Woo. All right, here we go. 3, 2. Make sure and email me right away. All right. 3, 2. Nolan Wilson today at 5 p.m. Nolan Wilson today at 5 p.m. All right. We'll be back 45 minutes before that. So like 4:15, something like that. All right. Here we go. 3, 2, 1. Here we go. Who's it going to be? Chuck Westrick. Congratulations, a first-time winner. Chuck, congratulations, bro. Chuck Westrick with the W. Appreciate you. Hit me up. Bama Football on YouTube. All right, put the email inside the comment box. Live news as it happens. Be back today. Get this on screen one more time. Chuck Westrick, hit me up, man. Nice win. Hey, fam, I love you guys. I appreciate you guys. 4:15 p.m. today. Nolan Wilson on the clock. I love you guys. Roll, mother, Tide. Oh, you thought I was going to say it, huh? Oh, man. Did you guys have a good time on the show? I did. That was a good show. That was a good show. This is the after party, right? Hey, Chuck, nice win, dog. Nice win, bro. Chuck Westrick, hit me up. nmpreps@gmail.com, all right? God, it feels good to be alive. All right, roll Tide to you, fam. Happy 4th of July. Take care of yourself. And we'll catch up with you next time. Right here on Bama Football on YouTube. I love you guys, and talk soon. That was fun. All right.